Britain is a country of systems, of structure, of rules designed to protect, regulate, and safeguard. For many migrant families, it represents order, a place where education is monitored, where opportunity is mapped, where childhood is framed by policy as much as by parenting. But within that order lies complexity. Raising a Nigerian child is not simply about access to good schools. It is about navigating a cultural shift so subtle. It reshapes authority, identity, and belonging, often without warning. This is the story of one woman, a full-time university student, a mother of 3, raising her children alone. And through her, we examine what Britain gives and what it quietly takes.
On getting to the northeast, I asked myself, did I make a mistake or I'm doing the right thing?
Our day begins before sunrise. There is no partner to share the load, no grandmother in the next room, no extended family to soften the edge of exhaustion. Statistics do not show 5 a.m. silence. They do not show the weight of preparing 3 futures at once.
The children resumes by 8:45. So how do I meet up with my school and that period of time? At a point, I had to speak to some of our lecturers, which I was not the only mom experiencing this. So the only thing they could do was to shift the timing to 10 a.m. for us. Shifting the time to 10 a.m. was not still palatable because you still have to stay with me till 12. I had to involve a childminder, which I pay.
Raising Nigerian children here is not without costs. In Nigeria, parenting is communal, correction is collective, authority is rarely negotiated. In Britain, discipline operates within safeguarding frameworks. Parents must explain rather than command, negotiate rather than enforce.
He's clingy, he wants to be around me, and lots of people love him, so he's always having friends. He likes to go for birthday parties. And this Northeast, this United Kingdom, we must do what we want.
For many Nigerian parents in Britain, one fear sits quietly beneath the surface. The fear of losing control, not just emotionally, but legally.
I have lectures by 3 to 5. I have to pick them from school, take them to the childminder, but eventually I got a childminder that does school runs. I pay them to pay extra amount for school bus and for keeping them till I'm done with studies. Sometimes I will come back crying that how am I going to cope? Am I really going to cope?
Another concern emerged inside the home. In Britain, children are taught their rights early. They are encouraged to question authority, to speak up, to report if they feel unsafe. Raising a Nigerian child in Britain requires more than sacrifice. Among many Nigerian parents, the fear is not simply discipline. It is cultural misinterpretation, where one culture sees firmness, another may see severity. In the UK, children can attend government schools without paying school fees. From primary school to secondary school, this is different from many countries where parents must struggle to pay high school fees. The UK has a public healthcare system called the National Health Service. This means you don't pay to see a doctor. Children get free immunizations. Hospital treatment is free. Emergency care is free. For parents, this removes heavy medical expenses. In some countries, hospital bills can be heavy. The UK government takes child protection very seriously. There are laws to protect children from abuse. neglect, and exploitation. If a family is struggling financially, the government may provide child benefit payments, housing support, food or income support for low-income families. In the UK, roads are well maintained, public transport works efficiently, there are safe parks and playgrounds, electricity and water supply are stable. This creates a safe and organized environment for children to grow. Children grow up around people with different countries and backgrounds. This exposure builds confidence, improves communication skills, opens global opportunities, gives access to scholarships and career pathways. However, it also has challenges such as high cost of living.
By December, I was still working, but at a point, I had to drop work because it was not easy, and the childminder I pay is more than the money I earn. So it was wise for me to stop working so that I could face them. Sometimes the weather is not funny. It could be windy, it could be cloudy, it could be rainy, it could be... The weather is so sometimes depressive that I'll be like, how am I going to do this? And in UK, in the Northeast, your children must be in school no matter what.
Children in the UK may be exposed to alcohol and drug culture, early dating relationships. If parents are not actively involved, children may be negatively influenced. Maintaining your cultural values while adapting wisely to the UK system. And for this mother, the question is no longer whether Britain is good or bad. It is whether she can build a bridge strong enough for her children to cross safely into adulthood.